What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average chest and tricep pump enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Okay, so cardio took place at around 5 or 5:30 this morning. So we don't have to worry too much about cardio. I think we'll do a 20-minute walk while the pre-workout kicks in. And we still gotta hit the old pre-workout here in a minute. But the topic I want to cover today, other than the actual workout itself, is progressive overload. Trench, why are you not lifting heavy? Trench, I know you can lift heavier than 135 on back squat. Why are you doing straight bar squats with only 135? That's a good question, my young grasshopper. And today we're going to talk about lifting heavy versus lifting light, progressive overload, and what it means. For those only interested in the workout, I'm going to tell you the plan for the workout so you can skip to that point if you so choose. Plan for the workout: 20-minute walk, cardio, to let the just to get some more steps in, to let the pre-workout kick in. After that, incline press. Well, I'll do some cable push downs to warm up my pecs. So some cable press, cable push downs. Once my pecs are feeling nice and warm, we'll move over to incline press. After incline straight bar, incline press, right? Incline straight bar, you know the deal. We'll probably hit up some, I'm thinking hammer strength, machine weight, and then go over to flat bench to end it up for chest, and then of course transfer over to either weighted dips or tricep rope extensions. Make sure triceps are nice and pumped, and that will be what is on the agenda, give or take, for the chest and tricep pump. Okay, let's talk about the concept of lifting heavy or lifting light while on a cut or on a bulk, and what is progressive overload. So progressive overload is when you are progressively adding weight. It's a crazy concept. Let me get some hydration here. So, progressive overload is when you progressively increase the weight, keeping a relative rep range. So, if 1 week I got 185 for a set of 8 on incline press, the next week I should maybe go for 185 or 190. And then add 5 pounds or so, and then thus adding more weight, adding more resistance, thus growing over time. The way that works and the way it doesn't work is when you're on a cut, also known as a caloric deficit. Using progressive overload is only opening you up for injury. Why am I saying that? So, if you lift crazy heavy, and I mean, like, you know you're only going to get 4 or 5 rather than 8 to 12, and it won't be safe when you're in a caloric deficit. When you're cutting down and you're lifting heavy, you're never going to grow new mass. It is not possible for anything to grow if it doesn't have enough fuel to grow. So your chest is not going to grow just because you're lifting heavier in a cut. You cannot gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. So, progressive overload, lifting heavy as fuck, does not work if you're going to be cutting down. You want to lift in a rep range of 8 to 12 with 15 as an asterisk. 15 is okay, 15 is good, but you don't want to go above 15. You want it to be challenging from 8 to 12 with an asterisk of, okay, if I get 15, that's okay. But if it's going anything above 15, you don't have enough weight on the bar. So you have to find a middle ground of what is safe but still challenging, causing hypertrophy, causing the muscle to get pumped up with blood, to get challenged enough to be able to find 2 reps in reserve or muscle failure. Does that make sense? So, a good example, I'm not going to go in here and throw 225 or 315 on a set of flat bench. Why? Well, I probably weigh in the neighborhood of 174 to 172 right now due to the cut. So I'm not going to be able to lift the area, the weight range that I could lift when I was at 181 and 182, because I'm cutting down, I'm not carbed up, I'm not fueled up, I'm eating in a caloric deficit. My body doesn't have the fuel it needs to even grow new muscle. It doesn't even have the fuel it needs to be able to perform heavy lifts. So when you're on a cut, you do not need to be challenging yourself with too heavy of weight. The weight needs to be focused on good range of movement, okay? Good range of movement, all the way down, all the way up, block out, make sure it's a good rep for until you get to failure. Safe reps, safe weight that is challenging, from 8 to 12 reps with an asterisk of 15 reps, okay? An asterisk up to 15. If you're going in the gym and you're wanting to bodybuild, that means you're doing anything other than competing with like a 1,000-pound club or a 1,250-pound club. If you don't care about how much weight you can lift, you just want to look jacked, that's called bodybuilding. You shouldn't be going in there going for 3 or a set of 4 or a set of 2 or a 1 rep max or a set of 5 or a set of 6. That is stupid. That is not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is 8 to 12 to failure or 2 reps in reserve, okay? So you have either to failure, to muscle failure, or 2 reps in reserve. That means 9, 10, rack. Because I probably couldn't have got the 11th or the 12th, but I might have been able to. It's going to be close, but you're opening yourself up to injury, so it's up to you. 2 reps in reserve is fine. Failure, I'll let you guys debate whether you want to do failure or 2 reps in reserve. But as long as you're doing it in a safe, controlled manner, that's what you want to do. Do not confuse powerlifting with bodybuilding. Powerlifting is simply, you don't care what your body looks like. You're just trying to lift as much weight as possible. There are some really strong, really fat looking, really not attractive looking powerlifters. Powerlifters generally have that dad bod. They're not appealing to most people. They're not appealing, they're not appealing, right, to most people. Where bodybuilders are just trying to do exactly as the name describes. They're trying to build muscle, look jacked, not necessarily worried about lifting X weight. They're just trying to challenge the muscle to hypertrophy, to failure, or 2 reps in reserve. So, to answer the question in the comments, Trench, why are you lifting lighter than you should be? Why are you lifting so light during this cut? I'm lifting for hypertrophy, for a bodybuilding context that will give me a pump, that will be challenging for the muscle. Give me a pump, be challenging for the muscle, be safe, and most importantly, injury prevention when on a cut, or at all times, really, even when on a bulk. Injury prevention. Reduce the risk of injury. Reduce the risk of tearing or pulling a muscle, so that way you can do this thing for longer, okay? So for those guys that are like, dude, put 225 on, dude, put 315 on, dude, put more weight on the bar. Nope, that's not how bodybuilding works. Now, I should say, if you weigh 210 pounds and you're cutting down to 200, you can probably still move some significant amount of weight. If you're at 230 and you're cutting to 215 or 210 pounds, you can probably move some good amount of weight. So you need to base the amount of weight that you're going to lift based off what is challenging and safe for your body type. The worst thing that you can do is go into the gym and start ego lifting. Start moving around weight that you know is not safe, you know is not healthy. Guys, the biggest thing is longevity and safe lifts. A safe lift. That will make sure that you can come back in 3 days to do it again and do it again and do it again over and over again until you get the physique that you want or you get the goals that you want. If you go in the gym, and I've seen it so many times, these hot shot guys in the comments, bro isn't lifting to his potential. Yeah, no shit. Bro is a bodybuilder, not a power lifter. Crazy concept, right? So you have to understand what your goals are. Are your goals endurance athlete, where you just want to be able to go and do the movement for a long period of time? Putting 120 pounds on the bar and getting 25 reps or 30 reps, cool. Are you a bodybuilder and you want to look jacked and you want to be able to just feel good and look jacked, well, then you might want to focus on the weight that you're putting on the bar, because you put too much weight on that bar, you do it for not enough reps, and you do it unsafe. You're not doing yourself any advantages. You're doing yourself a disservice. So my advice, again, and any bodybuilder's advice is the same for a reason. 8 to 12 reps. Listen to your body. If 3 sets is all you need, then 3 sets is all you need. If 6 sets is what you need, then 6 sets is what you need. Do not get so locked into a program. The only thing that should be programmed in your plan should be either bro split or push-pull legs. So are you doing push-pull legs or are you doing bro split? Okay, outside of that, are you sleeping enough? Are you getting your 8 hours of sleep? Okay, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep. That should be planned. Your sleep should be planned. Okay, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep. I lost my train of thought. Okay, your diet. Am I getting my 8 hours of sleep? That should be planned out every day. Am I getting my macronutrients, my proteins, my carbs, my fats that I need, that my body needs to maintain the muscle that it has, or to build new mass, to build new muscle? Do I have the right nutrients? Okay, what you shouldn't be so locked into is, I gotta get 5 sets because my program, my physical trainer said I gotta get 5 sets. Wrong. You don't have to get 5 sets. You don't have to get 6 sets. You listen to your body. And if you're a beginner athlete, and God, the freaking parking lot over here is ridiculous. If you're a beginner athlete or a beginner bodybuilder or whatever, and you don't know, you're not in tune with your body yet, you can't tell, okay, I need 1 more set, I don't need, then yeah, those scenarios you might have to follow a program, just because you can't feel, okay, am I pumped? Am I too muscle failure? Would pushing it anymore open me up for injury? If the answer at any point is yes, pushing it farther is going to open me up for injury, you don't do any more. So, I guess in summary, before we get in here and crush this freaking pump, 8 to 12, 15 reps is acceptable, but try not to go for 15 every time. Try to go for 8 to 12. Should be challenging. 1 to 6, 1 to 7 is way too few reps. You're probably doing too much weight. You're lifting for a powerlifting goal if you're getting anywhere from 1 to 7 reps every time, okay? So the majority of your sets should be 8 to 12 for bodybuilding, 1 to 7 or 1 to 6 for powerlifting. If you're figure out what your goals are, endurance, bodybuilding, or powerlifting, and don't worry about the number on the bar. The number on the bar doesn't matter. What matters is the hypertrophy you're causing, the pump that you're causing, the strain, and the range of movement that you're putting on your muscle group that you're trying to target, and targeting that muscle group in the most efficient way possible, not focusing on just, this guy's not lifting 17 plates, so he's not a real lifter. That dude's going to have a shoulder injury. That dude's going to have a pec tear. That dude's going to have a hamstring pull or hamstring tear. Promise you. Listen to the professionals. I'm not claiming to be a professional. I'm claiming to regurgitate the exact same things that they're all saying, because they're the people that I listen to, right? Okay. Plan for the day, chest and tries. If you got this far in the video, leave your recommendation for what car I should buy. I'm in the market. I'm in the market for an SUV. I don't know if I want like a luxury SUV. I've owned Jeeps, a ton of Jeeps in the past. I've owned trucks, but I want a nicer SUV that I can feel just chill on the way to work and relax and everything, and that has performance that I can film for you guys and be able to put out a little bit quieter content. So yeah, leave your recommendation for a good SUV in the comments. And without further ado, let's get inside and get this pump started. I'll take my pre and we'll fast forward. The next thing you'll see will be me probably warming up on the incline press, but you'll know sooner than I will. Okay, stand by. Okay, we talk about it all the time. You got to warm up with whatever movement, whatever weight you're going to do. You need to warm up with the exact movement you're going to do. So obviously chest press or incline chest press, just warm up with that movement to make sure everything's working properly. I should note before this, normally on all chest days, hitting a cable one arm press, making sure my pecs are warmed up is key. Whew. Whew. Woo. Whew. Oh my goodness. Okay. Woo. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Wolverines!